Good morning, boys and girls. We are on page 27, lesson 5. Make sure you are on the correct page. So problem number 1 asks you to draw an area model and then solve using the standard algorithm. Use arrows to match the partial products from the area model to the partial products in the algorithm. So what they want you to do is they want you to solve using the area model. We've used the area model before when we were solving for decimals. So we are revisiting that idea here in this lesson for lesson 5 homework. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. For the first one, I'm going to multiply 1 times 24. And 1 times 24 is going to give me 24. So I'm going to draw an arrow because right there is 24. And over here, now I'm going to multiply 20 times 24. So I'm writing in here 20 times 24. Okay, now this one is a little tricky because I can't do it in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my equation on the side. 24 times 2. 4 times 2 is equal to 8, and 2 times 2 is equal to 48. So what I'm going to get is 400. Actually need to make this longer. I actually get 480 because don't forget to add your 0, okay? So I know that 480 is going to be plugged in over here, actually, okay? Now, if I were to add those numbers together, I would get my answer, and I'm going to do that over here. So now I'm going to solve it using the standard algorithm. I know that 4 times 1 is equal to 4, and 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Now, I'm going to put a 0 in my tens place because I'm multiplying in my tens place. 2 times 4 is equal to 8, and 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Did you notice that 24 and 480 are the same? So you can solve it either using the standard algorithm or using the area model. That's what they're showing you. They're showing you different ways to solve for it so that you have different methods, right? So 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Carry my 1, bring down my 0. And 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So my final answer is 504. Now, I'm going to move on to the next problem, problem B. For problem B, they want me to do the same thing. I'm multiplying 21 times 242. So 1 times 242 is going to give me 242. And 20 times 242, I need to figure out what would that give me. So I'm going to solve for it on the side. 242 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 2 is also equal, not 8, is equal to 4. So I get 484. Don't forget to add your 0. So I get 4,840 and 242. Now I'm going to solve the standard algorithm. 2 times 1 is equal to 2, 1 times 4 is equal to 4, and 1 times 2 again is equal to 2. Bring down your 0 because now you are multiplying in your tens place. 2 times 2 is equal to 4, 2 times 4 is equal to 8, and 2 times 2 is equal to 4 again. I'm adding all of my numbers together. 2 plus 0 is equal to 2, 4 plus 4 is equal to 8, and 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So my final answer is 5,082. So notice that 242 is right here and 4,840 is right there. I regrouped, so that's where the 1 came from there. So my final answer, 5,082. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next problem. For problem number 2, they asked me to solve. So I'm going to make sure I solve using the standard algorithm. This time I do not need to draw an area model. So I will not be drawing the area model. So right here we're multiplying. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Bring down my 0 because now I'm multiplying in my tens place. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 2 is equal to 2. And 2 times 3 is equal to 6. I'm going to make sure I add all of my numbers together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry my 1. Bring down my 0. 6 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 9. And 6, I bring it right down. So my final answer is 6,980. 6,908. Sorry, not 80. 8. Now, I'm going to solve for this one as well. I set up my problem and notice that I drew lines so that it's easier to make sure all my numbers are aligned and I am multiplying and adding in the right places. Sometimes what I see is students will put their regrouping numbers in another area, or it's a little sloppy, so it's hard to add the numbers together, and that's why they're incorrect. If you make sure that you're organized, it really, really helps multiplication and for other problems too when we learn about division. So 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Bring down my 0. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. And add all of my numbers together. 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. Carry my 1. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So my final answer is 9,086. And that's what I'm writing down, 9,086. Over here, I'm multiplying 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Bring down my 0 because I'm multiplying in my tens place. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 3 times 1 is equal to 3. And 3 times 2 is equal to 6. Now I'm going to add all of my numbers together. 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. 3 plus 4 plus 1 is equal to 8, and bring down my 6. So my final answer is 6,816. Now, I'm going to turn the page, and we are on page 28. Make sure you are on the correct page. So, for problem number 3, they ask you right here, a young snake measured 0.23 meters long. During the course of his lifetime, he will grow up to be 13 times his current length. What will his length be when he is full grown? They're asking how tall would he be if he's fully grown, or the length, how his height, right? So I am going to either use an area model or I can use multiplication. In this case, I'm going to use standard form. So I'm going to multiply 0.23 times 13. And I'm going to draw my lines because that really helps me see where all my numbers are supposed to go. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. 3 times 6 is equal to 6. 3 times 0 is equal to 0. Bring down my 0 because I'm multiplying in my tens place. 1 times 3 is equal to 3. 1 times 2 is equal to 2. And 1 times 0 is equal to 0. I'm going to add everything together. 9 plus 0 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 plus 0 is 2, and bring down my 0. Now I'm thinking in my head, I'm estimating, right? So 1 times 13 is going to give me, or less than a number of 0.23 than 13. I'm multiplying it times 13. So my number is going to be a fraction of 13, okay? So I'm thinking in my head, is it going to be 29? No, because 13 is way smaller than 29, so that's not possible. Is it going to be 299? No, that's not quite right. How about 2.99? That is a possibility, right? That is the best chance. Another way to find out where to put your decimal is if you are moving your decimal over twice in your problem, you are going to do the exact same thing in your equation. So your final answer is 2.99, okay? So his length will be 2.99. Now, problem number 4. Zenon earns $142 per shift at his new job. During a pay period, he works 12 shifts. What would his pay be for that period? So we are multiplying $142 times 12 shifts. Going to make sure I draw my lines so that my numbers are aligned and it helps me. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Bring down my 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. And 1 times 1 is 1. Going to add all of my numbers together. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equal to 7. And bring down my 1. So what I'm going to do is, that is my final answer. I get $1,704 is how much he is going to make. So he makes $1,704. Okay, and that is all for today. Make sure you are completing your work and asking me questions if you have any in class or during tutoring.